Stocks that you should buy right now or stay far away. Now let's dive into those stocks that made it to this episode of Stocks to Buy or Buy. As you know, this is a brand new series every Wednesday here on this channel, and thumbing up this kind of new series helps me a lot. Now, let's dive into those 5 stocks that we will talk about today. We will obviously talk about Hertz Stock. We will talk about the Tesla stock just before the earnings. Then we will talk about the NIO, the Chinese Tesla, right? Then we will talk about Square, and finally we will dive into Lemonade, the company that disrupting insurance. So without further ado, let's roll. Hertz, one of the biggest car rental companies ever. They didn't make it through the crisis. Unfortunately, just a couple of months ago, they claimed their right to be in Chapter 11, which is the bankruptcy law in the US for US companies. This means that they are somehow protected and trying to, get back on feet. But yeah, Hertz is this one stock that you don't want to touch actually. Why? First of all, you need to understand that their business is heavily hurt, okay? Even Carl Icahn, one of the best investors and biggest investors into this company, sold all his shares. And this is a very smart guy and he lost billions. So even when he sells his shares, then this means that, the interest of such a stock is really low. Moreover, it's a huge gambling, guys. I know what you mean. The stock went down and then it popped up because, just Robinhood, right? And then the stock went down again and you could lose a lot of money, okay? So I would never touch such a stock. This is just absolutely gambling. This is like going into the casino. Don't do it, guys, yeah? Let's have a look into the chart of Hertz and what we can learn from it. Back in October, the stock looked great and it went even until February, 44% up to an almost all-time high, and then came the big crash, okay? We lost almost 100% of our investment. Can you imagine that? And then, the Robinhood people jumped on the train and just in the big thought that maybe they will make it somehow out of the bankruptcy, and then the stock saw a huge hike of 131%, and something similar is very much happening right now. So the stock was at 110 and now it's around 217, so definitely more than 100% gain here for Hertz. Now, as you can see, guys, what is important is that the reason for this spike is a new type of financing that they just are about to get, which is the debtor in possession, which means that they can get fresh capital for the rights on all their assets. So let's say, they just getting $1.65 billion for what guarantee they give all of their assets, which usually is there for a gift to those people who previously invested and give money to Hertz. But however, in this specific bankruptcy law, you have the chance to do this kind of financing. If this will be enough to somehow get out of that, well, this is the big gamble, and that's why I'm not investing in Hertz. Let's talk about Tesla, because we are just hours away from the Q3 earnings, and I think they will just blow our mind, okay? Why I invested in Tesla just after the battery day? Because I was just thinking, well, this company is creatively and engineering wise such a brilliant company that I want to be part of that again. As you know, we were talking about Tesla very early, and I always said Tesla is a buy long term, and it will always stay as long as the fundamental story doesn't change. There's a great management, great products. You know, every time I'm in a Tesla, it puts a smile on my face. And you know, I think that the current weakness that we have seen in the stock over the last couple of days is just another opportunity to load up, because I see the stock rather towards 750-ish towards the end of the year, with all of these great factors that can really drive the stock. Okay, I'm talking about Q3 earnings, I'm talking about Q4 earnings, I'm talking about the Gigafactory in Germany that has more and more news updates that it's almost ready. Then we will have obviously the S&P 500 inclusion maybe that could follow, and then the positive news how the new autopilot really works. So I think, you know, you cannot make so much bad things wrong when you are investing in Tesla. Tesla is an always buy for me, and therefore it's a strong buy right now at this moment, and also tomorrow and day after tomorrow and day after tomorrow and day after tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and always. NIO, the Tesla of China, right? I mean, who have thought that China will create the huge, you know, very much comparable, at least in the automotive section, something that is really of a nice car that people are actually buying quite heavily. You know, the sales numbers of NIO looking very much great, and there's growth over time. Well, there's something that I don't like about this company, okay? First of all, I rather invest into Tesla because it's just having so many other different businesses, and its energy business, its solar business, and the automotive business is just growing like crazy, and the management is absolutely fantastic with Elon Musk and his team. Now, on the other side, NIO has this other technology that they are using, which is also not bad, with the battery swap, which is definitely a little bit more expensive than having superchargers around. And I think that both companies can definitely survive very well in the new car industry, which is electric. But still, there is something about NIO that I don't like, and I will tell you why. So first, I generally a little bit skeptical about Chinese companies. You know, there was just too much fraud over the last couple of years. You know, we have seen the Luckin Coffee scandal, which was, you know, fantastic. This was the Starbucks of China, and suddenly it came out that there was an accounting fraud, right? There's a great Netflix documentary, which is The China Hustle, that you should have a look into so you understand my fears. Now, on the other side, as I said, the Tesla is just the real deal, which I really like about Tesla to really, you know, Tesla has everything you need, okay? You don't need to go for NIO just for the quick buck, even though, you know, there's maybe a lot of potential still because you could be a little bit earlier, but still, you know, Tesla is just more sure and more diversified than NIO can be. And let's have a look into the NIO chart, because I want to show you something that was absolutely crazy this week, and that, you know, gave the stock a little bit of a PR, which is, you know, this here. Actually, they got a great analysis that was so positive for the stock that it's jumped, you know, almost 20-30% over the last couple of days. And this obviously gave the stock another, you know, PR and marketing push that so many thinking like, well, should I put a little bit of money into NIO? For me, not, but definitely made it this week into the series of stocks to buy or buy. Now, what I also don't like about NIO, they once showed that, you know, I think they canceled the earnings release call, which was absolutely a no-go for an investor like me. So that's why, you know, definitely potential, for me, not a buy. Let's talk about Square. It's a company that we didn't talk much on this channel. They are just revolutionizing how we are spending. And I think, you know, it's the bank, it's the point of sales, it's, you know, it's all the different aspect of a fintech company that Square really is, and innovating in all of those different spaces with the great management team. I think, you know, it's just a no-brainer almost. I personally have to say I didn't, you know, fully capitalize on Square. I didn't invest in Square so far, but if you ask me, should you buy it or sell it or hold it? Well, just buy it, because it's really a great company. And let's have a look into the chart, which is absolutely insane what happened in just a couple of months. And here you can see also that, you know, what's really nice, again, here at Square, you see that innovators are really thriving through crises because they have already the product of the future. And I think this is very important to understand that while going into a crisis and aftermath, right, you want to be in those innovators because they having, you know, the main business that they are investing heavily in, it's already the future business, plus they don't have to be scared that their main business that might be from a traditional company, the falling business or the problem business, and still have to invest into the new innovative business. So as you can see, a lot of opportunities here, and the stock just went nuts from 40 and in mid of March until 200 almost. That's a 367% gain in just a couple of months. Well, congratulations if you are already Square investor. I think it's a great buy company, and you know, it's just showing us with all of this new stuff coming up news wise about the company, like, you know, putting 1% of all the assets into Bitcoin is just showing you how modern and innovative those minds at Square are working, and therefore buy. Another stock that is mostly talked about over the last couple of weeks is Lemonade. My colleagues, for example, Chicken Singapore Genius, is talking about the stock very often, very nicely, while, for example, ARK Invest saying, you know, they don't have enough mode. And for my personal opinion, I would share the opinion with ARK Invest, because I think that the product is a nice idea, but they are spending more marketing budget on, you know, getting new clients than on their AI software developers. Yeah, this is something that one of my members told me. And if you want to become a part of this membership on our Discord channel, then I would highly encourage you to check out the join button below all my videos and live streams. If you don't see the join button, make sure to switch the browser and you can get access to our Discord with the Real Wolf tier, or with the third tier even get one-on-one with me. So, you know, this kind of things, if coming up, I think are not so great. If a business need to make a lot of marketing spendings to promote their product, I don't like this, okay? I like when the product is just so amazing that everybody is talking about that they basically don't need to spend marketing. That's the company I want to invest in, okay? Moreover, the insurance business is such a snake oily salesman business that it's very hard to advertise a good advancement of your product, because everybody is saying, no, come to our insurance is better, greater, and so on. Though I think there's a market for Lemonade, but still the chart though over the last couple of months doesn't look great as well, you know, minus 31%. So with a market cap of $3.335 billion, still a very early company to be in, and I think the product can be nice, but for me it's just not this 10x opportunity that I personally see. Maybe it will become one, but for now I rather say goodbye.